Hey, what's up, Leadership Academy applicants? It's Paul Artali here. I thought I would just send a quick video. There's an email, so you can either read the text or you can watch this, depending on what you want. But I've been getting a lot of questions about the Academy and about sort of what are the commitments of the Academy beyond just showing up to the sessions indicated in the initial application. So I wanted to talk about that just in a quick minute to give you a sense of what the homework's going to be like, and why I'm doing it that way. So essentially, the homework's going to work like this. When you're done watching this video, you're going to see a link to take another test, or another survey. It'll be quick, but basically it's going to ask if you want to continue after I tell you what I'm going to tell you. And so the way it works is this. You're going to select, you're going to be placed in what we call peer education groups, or PEGs. PEGs are based on the responses you gave in your application. So in the application there was a question about what do you think the greatest need or challenges for graduate students on MSU's campus. You all gave me responses. I took those responses and kind of looked for the common themes, and I created 6 PEGs out of that. So they're interest areas based on what you told me. And so one of the questions on the survey is going to be to rank your interest in those PEGs, and I'm going to try, if you're accepted to the Academy, to put you in to those PEGs, or what your first choice was. But when you get accepted to the Academy, you're going to be put into a PEG, and I'm looking for teams of probably around 5 people, 4 or 5 people in each PEG. And so you're going to be placed in the team. I'm going to give you an electronic space to meet as a team, because you get your acceptances on March 7th, and then you will be put into those electronic spaces. And this is sort of the cyber team building aspect of it. It's an important skill to have, and like I said, there is going to be some requirement outside of class to get this done. So you're going to be placed into your PEG. You're going to have your team assignment, and between March 7th, when you're accepted, and the 20th, which is March 20th, which is the date of our first session, you're going to have an assignment to interview a leader, a stakeholder, someone in the community, anyone you really value their input on about leadership. And I am not going to give you a template for that interview. You can do it any way you want. The only rule is some of your questions have to be geared towards your PEGs. Now, what are the PEGs? There are 6 PEGs: teamwork and team building, leadership and leadership development and training, diversity and inclusion, strengthening community, communication, and balance and resiliency. Those are sort of the 6 areas. So you can interview whoever you want, but you might want to ask them about some of those issues. So if you know an expert, let's say in balance and resiliency, you might want to interview them and really probe them. Like I said, I'm not giving you a template, but that doesn't mean you can't meet in your virtual space with your team and discuss maybe some common questions you're going to want to ask. Because what's going to happen is on the 20th, I'm going to give you some class time to come together. And when you come together in that class time, you're going to discuss your results with your team and then do a mini presentation to the class. But you're going to discuss your results with the team, and from there, you're going to move on to the next phase of this Academy, and sort of the homework project part. And that's with the information you've got from your interviews and any other supplemental resources you want to use. Could be research studies, could be a cool YouTube video, whatever. I want you to look at, you're going to create some sort of resource for the graduate student leadership community. Now, I leave things very open-ended on purpose. Resource can be many things. So let's say communication, which is one of the PEGs, as an issue. You want to put together a program on communicating more effectively, or conflict resolution, or something like that. You can go put on a program. So it can be a physical, in-place location type of program. It could also be creating a virtual space to discuss certain things, or a virtual resource. Could be a website. It could be a how-to guide on something. It could be a series of YouTube videos. It could be a podcast. I don't really put a lot of limitations on it. All that matters is that you do it based on your interviews, based on any other data you want to use. So you're gonna find that problem. You're gonna try and address something, and it's gonna go up on our Graduate Student Life and Wellness webpage. So know that whatever you do, you're going to be accountable for it, and the world is going to see it. And then on April 10th, this is the final phase of the homework. You are going to go and present in a 7 to 10 minute presentation sort of what your process was and what you guys did and what your group learned from it. And that'll be done at our graduation dinner on April 10th. And that's going to be fun, because each PEG is going to present on what they did. We're going to celebrate our accomplishments, and we're going to have a cool guest speaker. I'm trying to line up a really nice restaurant or something where we can eat, and you will receive, hopefully, If you complete the academy, a handsome plaque. This is not a plaque. This is a cheap trophy, but you're going to get something for this. This is not just the type of academy where you're going to go to a couple sessions and get a check mark. So there is a little bit of work involved, and but if you went to the virtual PhD in Careers Week and you listen to Paula Chambers, she hit the nail right on the head. What employers want today, they want team building, team experience, and they want people who have led projects. And here's a chance to be part of a team. Here's a chance to lead a project. The trophy is just secondary to what you're doing. So you're getting some really good job experience, and you're enhancing the community. So with that, hopefully I clarified some questions. If not, you can always email me, and click on the link. If you're still interested, click yes, because we are starting to evaluate applications very quickly. And so the quicker you can tell us that you're still interested in this and the other commitments. Some people said they weren't sure if they could make all the dates, so we needed some sort of commitment as to whether you can make all the dates and times. That would really help us. But until then, I look forward to reading all your applications, and not just me, I have a whole committee, and we'll be in touch. I look forward to this Leadership Academy.